We're starting off in the nether with my friend Ames, aka Penguin Overlord, aka the second best streamer on her channel, coming just behind her cat Luna. Emerald was there too. The goal is to get Ames enough ancient debris to upgrade her diamond gear to netherite, and to ensure that she doesn't lose it in case something terrible were to happen.
Don't use it to prank again though.
If you prank again, you're banned.
No, you're not banned. You're not banned, but I will
report you to the episode.
Why did I do that?
No! Oh my god, if my stuff got affected by that explosion, I'm gonna kill you guys.
So after about 2 hours of mining, it was clear that I had the worst soul in the group, but we were able to get Ames plenty of debris for a full set of gear, and it was a lot of fun hanging out with everyone on stream. Follow me at twitch.tv/Majriel to ensure you don't miss the next one. It was a fun time, and it kind of hurts that you weren't there. I thought we were friends, and what we had was special. So as you can tell from the thumbnail I haven't made yet, that's far from the only thing I did this week. See, this is my tree. It was the centerpiece of my 6th episode, and to be fully honest with you guys, I kind of hate it. I always imagined it being far larger, more grand, and to just impose itself on the landscape in a way that this doesn't. I even made the trunk out of warped blocks because in my mind, if it didn't have a realistic palette, I would be able to excuse how bad the build was. I got to say it was fantastical instead of just thin and about to fall over on itself. So I tore it down. And after it was gone, I got to work on gathering mats. So very, very many materials. I don't know why I do this. Yeah, so it took me about a full day to actually collect everything needed for the tree. And thankfully we have a shopping district on the server because I made some artisans very, very wealthy in order to get this done quickly. Now, before I had a chance to get started on the tree though, I logged into this, and I don't fully know what to make of all the pups here, but I did watch Raerie's latest video, so that gave me some initial hypotheses. And that might confirm them. So I certainly didn't want to call all of these dogs, so I decided to put them to work. And off to the shopping district I went, and we found a nice place for each furry friend so they could look at everyone's shops. Happy, safe puppies taken care of. Back to the tree! So I thought I would just gather the mats and then rip through this build in like about one long session. And I was so wrong. This tree right here took me about 3 solid days of building. I did this over the course of like double-digit hours, over 3 days of streaming. And it was just, every time I dropped down to grab another shulker of mats, it seemed to just keep taking longer and longer. And I was so happy to just get it done with. And it was an immense project. This tree is about 2.5 times larger than the original was. It really does just kind of take over the entire sky. This is far closer to the original idea I had in my head when I built the blue one that was, you know, thinner, about to crash over on itself. And you see from down here, like, we have these awesome, like, the branches poking through, and I don't have any of the fences or the gates or the trapdoors that I originally had in. I'm not sure if those little details are going to be necessary up here, but, you know, I'm still not 100% done with it. And I did go ahead and update the palette for the trunk. As you can see, it was a lot larger, so I had a lot more room that I could play with. And we started with the waxed exposed copper blocks for the light. It's raining. This is such a British server. Okay, so yeah, we decided on a wax exposed copper for the lightest part of the bark. I wanted to simulate the rising sun kind of hitting this tree. The light should be coming from right about up here, as you can see. And I think we got that pretty good. And that goes into these packed mud. My wheat field over there came in very clutch for that. But the packed mud into spruce planks, then the dark oak wood, and lastly ending at the muddy mangrove roots. And we can see that way over here on the other side. I came in and I shaded these much darker roots that sit in the shade of this tree. And you can see I ended up stopping so much of the rain with this thing. And yeah, I really love how we were able to simulate light. We were able to get some excellent shading all the way down to this great texture for the muddy mangrove. I think this really came out to a much more realistic looking log, but I was able to keep the fantasy bits with these skulk blocks just kind of tearing through the tree. And you can see this huge empty spot here. I have an idea for something here. I know that looks kind of weird, but I have something that I'm hoping works out there the way it does in my head. Now, for the leaves, you can see that we didn't really do too much more for the palette up there. A lot of this remained the same, where you can see we had the cherry leaves, of course, taking up the bulk of it. We have these packed dirt to make the lighter bark and branches coming through the leaves, but the leaves themselves kind of fade into a terracotta, a glazed terracotta, and the pink concrete to all simulate a bit more shadowy. That's why you see it a lot more down here at the bottom, as opposed to at the top where we have some pink glass for some of the brightest edges. If you happen to remember from my smaller tree, I did completely remove the amethyst shards. I don't know if they'll make it back up here or not. I haven't decided. And we got rid of the end rods in favor of frog lights inside the light. And as you saw at the end of the time lapse, it gives us this really fantastic ethereal glow throughout the tree. And I really like how that came out. And really, as far as this goes, I just have to work on mob proofing the top of the trunk. All of this is just a haven for drop creepers, and it's a nightmare, and I need to make sure that stops happening. And I need to address all of these frog lights and the jellyfish spam going on in the base. And what I want to do is create a few more small trees to have some lighting built in, do some hidden lighting in the ground, and get rid of some of this spam so we can start getting a cleaner picture. As the whole thing has been built from over here at the shore of MJ's base, and I think we're getting pretty close. I think I would say we're at about 75% done with this base as far as like getting it the way I want it to look, and then everything from there is just gonna be having fun. We're gonna be still plenty of content, still plenty of episodes coming up, but for what I had in mind aesthetically speaking, I think I'm getting pretty close, and this was just a huge part of it. I'm so happy that came out. I'm really excited to see what you guys think about it when you're done watching the video. So be sure to let me know. But we're not done. Because you see, another reason that this took so long was a second build. Oh yeah, I've been a busy duck. Another build. And I'm going to see you at the shopping district. We're going to cut now. Away. So now that we're here in the shopping district, you can see a few small changes almost immediately. One, the KFD. And that is such a fantastic build. I love it so much. It sells duck. Don't question it, because I'm not thinking about it too hard. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's because you haven't seen Silent's latest video. Go check it out. It's fantastic. And I will never forgive him for what he's done to this server and all of the lag he's caused. But you can see I put a sign up here. I got to get some red wool. I forgot it at my base. We're going to make this into a checkerboard pattern. But yeah, I have officially taken over the butcher shop. And I'm going to be selling some meat, but mostly leather. Leather is almost always in high demand. We do have a leather farm. I want to kind of optimize that farm. I want to remake it in a future episode. Now that I'm almost done with the aesthetic parts of the base, I might be able to start looking into building some farms and doing some more redstone stuff, and I'm excited for that. And it sells pork chops. But you know what? Since the KFD sells duck, maybe I can sell chicken? Look, nature is brutal. Ducks are omnivores, but I'm also a rubber duck, not an actual duck. So there's no moral qualms here. But yeah, maybe we expand what this place can sell now that it's under new management. And also right here, so this little row was Vimru's row, and we've slowly been updating it, giving it off to some of the other artisans, letting us build some shops here. But this wasn't here. No, this used to just be a little alleyway. And Penguin Overlord, aka Ames, aka the second best streamer on her channel, coming right behind her cat Luna. Well, her and I have opened a new business right here, or opening a new business right here. And if you're at all curious about what this ramshackle rundown little building is, definitely check out her latest video where she has all the exposition there. And be sure to keep an eye out on this one because we have some excellent collabs coming up and we're both very, very excited for them. It's gotten dark. But that's going to be all for this episode. I'm really, really happy if you made it this far. And if you did, be sure to give a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.